Before you book the Grand Canyon, watch this. I'm Melissa with the Well Traveled Bee, a travel agent located in Lexington, Kentucky, and I'm going to go over visiting the Grand Canyon. As a travel agent, I've booked honeymoons in Europe, safaris in Africa, and luxury cruises. But today, we're talking about one of the most powerful destinations right here in the U.S. It's the Grand Canyon. And I'm going to tell you what most people don't plan for. Because this isn't just a stop on a road trip, it's an experience. Now, I'll admit it, the first time I went to Grand Canyon, I didn't have high expectations. We went on spring break, and I honestly thought of the Grand Canyon as just a quick stop, maybe, that I was wasting one of our nights there, that I was over planning our stay. But I'm here to tell you that I wish I had had a lot longer to stay there. So why does the Grand Canyon still stun seasoned travelers? Well, the Grand Canyon is located in Arizona. It's probably about 3 hours from Phoenix, or about 4.5 hours to the south rim from Vegas. We use Vegas as our jump off point, and both are fine depending on which location's a better flight deal for you, or if there's other things in the area that you would like to see. It is protected as a national park. It's 277 miles long. It's over a mile deep, and every hour of the day you're going to see a different color on the Grand Canyon. It's not just one and done. Like, every time you see it, you're going to see something different. Even some of my most seasoned clients, people who have been everywhere, Italy, Iceland, Bora Bora, tell me that this view stops them in your tracks. When we visited the first time I walked up, I was just awestruck. And then every time I looked in a different direction, I seen something different. As the sun began to set, I even seen different colors pop up. I seen different highlights that you wouldn't have seen just a few minutes before. And we also did a hike down below the canyon rim, which also gives you a completely different viewpoint of the canyon, obviously, but also you can only appreciate the vastness of it when you're down inside of it, I feel like. So just a quick rundown, South Rim versus North Rim, and what I recommend to clients. So I will say the South Rim is further away from Vegas, so that is one con if you're coming from that area, which we were, but we love the road trip there. But it is open year round. It's the most accessible rim. It's best for first-time visitors, and the lodging options that they have a ton of options there, but they do book up fast the ones inside the park. The North Rim is more secluded. It's open seasonally. It has cooler temperatures, but I feel like it's a great stop for people who have already been there and just want a quieter experience, or just want to see a different view of the canyon. If I have one shot at this, I'm definitely booking you at the South Rim of the Grand Canyon. I just feel like it offers a lot more support as far as a traveler. It had some great restaurants. It had lots of lodging options, which I'll go over here in just a few minutes. So when should you go to the Grand Canyon? Because this matters more than you think. The best seasons are going to be April to May or September to October. The reason for that is there's fewer crowds, the temperatures are cooler, and there's better photo ops because the angle of the sun. Summer sounds ideal, but July afternoons can become over 100 degrees, and that's at the top of the top of the canyon. So if you're going down into the canyon, you're going to get warmer and warmer as you go. So it's going to really make it unbearable to even be able to hike down into the canyon safely if you go during those hot months. So when visiting the Grand Canyon, where should you stay? There are tons of options, everything from budget to luxury options that are inside the park and outside the park. Inside the park, you'll have El Tovar Hotel, which is a historic, charming hotel there, but it does book up early and is a bit more expensive. The Bright Angel Lodge is a little bit more budget-friendly lodge there. We stayed at the Yavapai lodge there inside the park, and it was the first time that I had ever stayed inside of a national park, and I can honestly tell you, even though the cost was a little bit elevated from what I could have paid outside the park, it was definitely worth being there on site. Grand Canyon is a a dark park, so it was really cool seeing all the stars at night. And they have great restaurants. They have a like a store there, like a full-on like grocery store for anything you could need. So it is a really great place to stay if you're choosing a park to stay inside of. Another close by option is to Scion. It's the little town outside of the Grand Canyon. There are tons of hotels, lots of availability, and the cost is typically going to be less. It is a short drive into the park. Again, it's just whatever you're comfortable with, whatever you'd rather spend your money on and your time. But here's a quick tip. Plan on booking 6 to 9 months in advance. And no, I'm not exaggerating. If you have a specific hotel that you're wanting to stay at inside the park, you definitely want to plan as early as possible. So which experiences are worth it and worth the splurge? What takes you from being a tourist to creating the most memorable trip that you have? One experience that will elevate that doesn't cost you anything is a sunrise or a sunset at Mather Point. Some more pricey options to make your trip a little special would be a helicopter tour over the canyon, a mule ride into the canyon, or white water rafting on the Colorado. If this is a milestone trip like an anniversary, retirement, bucket list, I always recommend at least one premium experience. Just budget for it and make it happen. I've never regretted doing it myself. So what are some common mistakes I see clients make when visiting the Grand Canyon? Number 1, not hydrating enough. Not only is the weather warm at times and it's drier, but also you're at an elevation, so you're going to dehydrate quicker. So definitely hydrate. Number 2, thinking it's a quick stop, because it's not. It's not just peeking over the canyon. It can be that, but if you do that, you're missing so much more. Number 3, wearing the wrong shoes. I definitely suggest something with grip, something with ankle support if that's something that would be helpful for you. Number 4, not checking elevation changes. Again, what I mentioned before, you are at an elevation there, and it will change within the park even. So just being aware that you're at an elevation, that's going to affect your breathing, it's going to affect your hydration, and that's coming from a nurse. Number 5, underestimating sunset temperatures. So you're definitely going to notice when the sun starts going down at the Grand Canyon, the temperature is going to drop drastically. So just be prepared for the cooler weather. And lastly, the canyon doesn't look that intimidating from the rim, but once you go down, remember you have to come back up. So really take into account what the elevation is going to be coming back up a trail if you decide to do one of those trails. So is the Grand Canyon worth it? As someone who plans to travel for a living, yes, but only if you experience it intentionally. Again, this is not one of those things that you want to just drive all that way and peek into the canyon. So I encourage slow travel. Take the time to enjoy. Check out the museums. Check out the all the placards. Check out the history of the area and get to know a little bit about it. 2, plan for early mornings, because especially if you're going for a hike or something like that, you want to get out there before it gets hot or warmer, because 50 degrees at the rim could be 70 degrees as you're descending into the canyon. And 3, just put your phone down at least 10 minutes. Enjoy what's around you. Yes, document it. I am just as bad as the next person about wanting to take pictures and videos, because I love looking back at them, but put it down and just take in what's going on. If you're thinking about visiting the Grand Canyon, drop your questions below. And if you're planning and want it done right, I'd love to help you build something unforgettable, because every adventure deserves a little expert guidance. Drop your comments below, drop your questions. I'd love to address them in future videos. And I do have a downloadable travel guide that I'll be happy to send to you. Just drop your comment below and we'll connect. Thanks so much. Until next time.